One of my biggest influences when it comes to drumming is Danny Carey of the band Tool. And in this video, I'm gonna break down 5 of some of my favorite Tool grooves. What's up everyone, CJ here, hope you're all doing well. So let's get down to breaking down this groove. Before we get started though, if you're a channel member, you can download everything from this lesson via the link in the members community tab. So if you want to get some extra bonus content, consider joining the channel membership. Groove number 1 is from the song STINKFIST from the album ÆNEMA. This groove is going to be divided into 2 parts, the intro groove and the verse groove. It's fairly simple, but it has a very heavy feel to it. The intro groove. On beat 1 and 3, the hi-hat plays on the 1 and of the beat, and on beat 2 and 4, you play an open hi-hat together with the snare drum backbeat. The bass drum plays the first 2 16th notes of beat 1 and beat 3, so 1E, 3E. Let's try it out at a slow tempo and gradually speed it up to the original tempo at around 85 BPM. Nice. Here comes the verse groove, and this is way more hypnotizing. The bass drum and snare drum plays the exact same pattern as the intro groove, but now the hi-hat has changed a bit. You still play a 1 and pattern on beat 1 and 3, but now you play an open hi-hat on the and of 2, and you play 4E and on beat 4 with an open hi-hat on the and. Let's try it out slowly at first, and then at 85 BPM. Now, let's try both grooves together. Nice going, guys. That's the groove for STINKFIST. On to groove number 2. This groove is again fairly simple, but incredibly heavy. And if you're a beginner who loves Tool, this is a good groove to start with. Because honestly, it's just gonna get more difficult from here. Just like STINKFIST, this groove is in 4/4. The hi-hat plays a pattern of the first 3 16th notes of every beat. 1E and, 2E and, 3E and, 4E and, with an open hi-hat on every and. The bass drum plays on the 1E and the and of beat 2. And the snare drum backbeat is on 2 and 4. Let's break it down. Awesome job, my friends. Now you know how to play the verse groove for the song Sober by Tool. Alright, let's move on to groove number 3. It's time, you guys. In this lesson, we're going to tackle one of the most iconic Danny Carey grooves of all time. Of course, I'm talking about the song SCHISM from the album Lateralis. I might be wrong, but I think this is probably the most famous Tool song. I mean, this song even won a Grammy for Best Metal Performance back in 2002. This groove is known for its hypnotic, almost going into a trance-like rhythm. And this can be really tricky, so if you're a beginner, this is most likely not for you. This groove consists of 1 bar of 5/8 and 1 bar of 7/8. Technically, you can write this out as 1 bar of 6/4 or 1 bar of 12/8. But the way that the guitar and bass riff and the drums play together, it's easier to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's break it down. In the first bar of 5/8, the hi-hat plays 8th notes, except on beat 5, where you play 16th note triplets with a sticking right, right, left. And don't argue with me, I know Danny plays like this. The bass drum plays on beat 1 and beat 5, and the snare drum, with the snare wires off, plays on beat 3. In the first bar of 7/8, the hi-hat also plays 8th notes, with the exception of 16th note triplets on beat 7. Same sticking, right, right, left. And you also play an open hi-hat on beat 3, which overlaps beat 4 as well. The bass drum plays on beat 1, 3, and 7, and the snare drum plays on beat 5. The groove will then switch every second bar of 7/8, because then you play the bass drum on beat 4 as well as an open hi-hat. The snare drum still plays on beat 5. Let's break this down really slowly at first and then speed it up to the original tempo at around 108 BPM, counting 8th notes, mind you. If you made it to this part of the video, kudos to you, my friend. This is a really fun song to play, and I hope this lesson could help you out with the groove. Alright, you guys, on to groove number 4. Alright, time for an enema. Enema? This entire song is a smack in the face, and the groove is so sick. It's like a mix of a tribal groove and a gut punch. This song has a lot of different grooves in it, and I'm not going to cover the entire song. However, I am going to break down the intro/verse groove, and also the triplet groove in the third verse towards the end of the song. If you've heard this song, you know what I'm talking about. It is heavily tom-based, so let's break it down. This song is in 6/8, but you can also feel it in 4/4. And if you don't believe me, the guitar riff kind of sounds like this. But you can also feel it as 4/4 and still sing the riff. But just to keep it simpler, we're going to break it down in 6/8. Alright, first, the intro groove. Your right hand is going to play 8th notes on the toms on beat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beat 1, 2, and 3 are played on the floor tom, and beat 4 and 5, you move your hand to the 2 rack toms. The snare drum is playing in between beat 2 and 3, and breaks the groove on the end of 5. Beat 6 is silent. The bass drum plays 2 32nd notes in between beat 1 and 2. Let's try it out slowly at first, and then speed it up to the core tempo. Okay guys, time for the stamina tester. This groove is from like the third verse towards the end of the song, and here we're gonna play 16th note triplets. Your right hand is still playing 8th notes on the floor tom, but the bass drum is now playing the 2nd and 3rd triplet notes. Your left hand then plays the backbeat on the snare drum on beat 4. Snare wires off. Let's break it down slowly at first and then speed it up to core tempo at around 180 BPM. Seriously, good job, you guys. If you're not breaking a sweat after this one, you're not human. All right, my friends, time for the 5th and final groove. No, it's not the eulogy groove because I've already covered that groove in another lesson, which you can watch right up here, by the way. And in this lesson, we're breaking down the intro/verse groove from the song Vicarious from the album 10,000 Days. This particular groove is in 5/4, but the song mixes in 6/8 and 4/4 as well, but for simplicity's sake, we're just gonna cover this groove. Danny tends to be very playful with his hi-hat in a lot of songs, including this one, but I've written out my transcription and then you can take it from there after you've learned this groove. The hi-hat plays the following rhythm: 1 and a, 2 and, 3 e and, 4 and, 5 and. And he opens the hi-hat on the and of 2, beat 4, and on the and of 5. The bass drum plays on 1 the ands of beat 2, 3, and 4, and on 5 e. The snare drum plays on beat 2, 4, and the end of 5. I'll break it down slowly at around 95 BPM, and then we'll try it at the original tempo at 115. Well done, my friends. Those were in total of 5 of my favorite Danny Carey grooves of all time. If you're a Tool fan, what are some of your favorite Tool songs? Let me know in the comments. If you've enjoyed these videos, please give them a thumbs up, and if you're not a subscriber yet, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to stay updated whenever I release a new video. Now, if you want to get better at playing odd time grooves, you can check out this video right here. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and good luck with your drumming. I'll see you soon.